Did you know in nearly a decade there have only been 2 upgrades that have truly transformed my 3D printing experience? The first is a Raspberry Pi running Octoprint. This upgrade has been around for a while, but it is still my #1 quality of life upgrade for anyone not using a Wi-Fi enabled printer. And it was a game changer. It allowed me to put the printer in a convenient location and upload and print files wirelessly. This little device makes managing and monitoring your prints a breeze. The second and more recent upgrade is the Sunlu filament connector, and let me tell you, it's a game changer for anyone who's tired of wasting filament or wants to experiment with combining colours and materials. But there's one key rule to keep in mind. You can only join the same materials together, PLA to PLA, PETG to PETG, ABS to ABS. You get the idea. If you try to mix materials, the connection's unlikely to hold up, and it can cause problems at the printer because these materials print at different temperatures. So for the best results, stick to matching the same materials. If, like me, you'll have had short bits of filament that aren't quite enough for a print, they usually end up in the trash. But with this tool, you can keep those scraps and turn them back into something useful. I've used this to salvage scraps for small prints and creative projects, and even save money by reducing waste. But remember, only join the same types of filaments to avoid any compatibility issues. To get started, take 2 pieces of filament. Here I'm using PETG. To prepare the filament, I like to cut a 45-degree angle on both ends to be joined. This gives the connection more surface area to fuse to. Next, set the material you're going to be connecting by pressing the left and right arrows on the connector's display. Then fine-tune the temperature by pressing the up-down arrows if needed. Now wait for it to heat up. This will take a few minutes and the connector will beep once it reaches its temperature. Place the 2 ends of the filament into a PTFE connector tube and align the angles. Then place the filament inside the connector, ensuring the join is centered over the silver heating element. Close the lid and apply a small amount of pressure to each end of the filament until the buzzer sounds. Press the release button and remove the filament and allow it to cool. Try to keep the filament as straight as possible, as it is still really hot and can move around. To finish up, it's time to remove the PTFE tube. To do this, place the filament into the slot above the heating chamber, making sure the filament is in the whole length of the slot. Now close the lid and the built-in blade will slice the tube just enough to remove it. Repeat is necessary for as many reels as you'd want to join, or splice in different colours to add that cool effect and creativity into your next print. All in all, this benchy turned out really well. As you'll notice, there is some stringing on this print, but that can be solved by print settings and possibly a filament dryer, which is an upgrade for another day. But I'm curious, what is your favourite 3D printer upgrade? Post a comment below. Until next time, what are you going to make today?